Hello everyone, welcome back. And Barcelona beats Getafe 1-0 in La Liga today, and 7 out of 7 wins for Barca to start the season under Hansi Flick in the league. And you could not have asked for a better start. I know some people might say this game wasn't the best performance overall, but this is a difficult game. They're not going to be games that you win 7-0 every single week, right? They're going to be some games that you have to grind out a result against a difficult team that makes it difficult to create chances and play the way that you want to play. And that's exactly what happened today. I think Barcelona definitely could have been a little bit better with the chances that they did create, and maybe it would have made the last 20, 30 minutes easier for them to get 3 points, but 3 points in the end is so important for Barcelona in the league. So I'm very happy with the result today. And as I said, performance-wise, there are some things that I want to go over because I don't think it was the best. Maybe they missed their mark, and that could be due to Barcelona playing a lot of games in a short amount of time. There are some players that I don't think had the best performance overall, but as I said, this is Getafe. This is not ever going to be an easy game, and they're going to foul you. They're going to push you every single time you're off the ball. I mean, they're going to do things to disrupt your flow. And Barcelona, I just think they still did create a few chances. I mean, Rafinha with the header in the 80th minute definitely should have put the game to bed there. And honestly, Borja Mayoral had such a clear chance in the 95th minute of the game, which would have been a tie for Barca. It would have been really difficult to lose points, to drop points in that fashion in the last kick of the game. But Barcelona, they get the 3 points. And as I said, there are some games that you're just going to have to grind out a result, even though the performance wasn't great overall. And in that midfield three, I think those are where the problems arose for me because Eric Garcia, even though defensively I think he was good today, and it was nice that he was tracking the space in Getafe, it was difficult for them to break through the midfield because Eric Garcia was always there pressing their players. Defensively, he was very good, but on the ball, I just think he does have his limitations, and that's what happens when you do play a center back in the midfield. So I'm not blaming him at all. It's not a position that he's completely comfortable with yet, but you saw in this game there were some limitations to him on the ball. Marc Casado, I think he was brilliant today. I think, in my opinion, he was the man of the match. I haven't seen on Twitter if people are praising his performance, but Marc Casado for me was amazing in this game. I think as he continues to play for Barca, he's gaining more and more confidence, and you can see the reason he was Barcelona B team's captain, and you can see the reason that Hansi Flick is putting so much trust in him. So I've really liked to see Marc Casado in La Liga this season. I think he has been great, and Pablo Torre, I think he had a quiet game, maybe a couple good touches here and there, but just wasn't able to influence the game as well as he did last game. But without Pedri in that midfield, and it's Marc Casado, Eric Garcia, a makeshift defensive midfielder, and then Pablo Torre as the attacking midfielder, I can understand them not creating as many chances as when someone like Pedri is on the field, right? So that's expected. I'm not completely saying that the team's performance was terrible today, and as I said, Getafe did well to make it difficult for Barca, but I like to talk about all aspects of the game. I like to talk about what Barca can do to hopefully look to improve, and I think Hansi Flick, as I said, he'll be very happy with the 3 points and the result. But, there are definitely some things that I think Barcelona could have improved on in this game. And as I said, it could be due to Barca playing so many amount of games. And players like Lamine Yamal and Rafinha, I just think they've got a lot of minutes under their belt already so early in the season. And they don't get any rest when it's international break. Well, Rafinha didn't get called up to the Brazilian national team, but they don't get much rest in international break anyways, right? So they've played a large amount of games. They really haven't been able to be rested. And I think Hansi Flick's plan, if the game was already settled in the 70th, 80th minute, then I think Rafinha and Lamine Yamal would have been able to be taken off, but they didn't because it was such a close game. You need your best players on the field to secure 3 points, and that's why they stayed on the field today. But as I said, overall, the performance, it wasn't the best from Barca, I'll be honest, and I want to talk about the things that hopefully we can see improved upon, but it's against Getafe, and anytime you get 3 points against Getafe, it's almost like no matter how you do it, it's still very impressive to get it done. And I want to start doing player ratings after these games, so I guess I'll go through player ratings. And in goal, Inaki Peña, I think he was pretty solid. I'll go 6.5 today. I think maybe he made one good save at the beginning of the game, but other than that, didn't really have to do that much work. I think his distribution was pretty good as well. And sometimes I would say he seemed a little bit afraid to come out and get the ball. He wasn't as commanding as someone like Ter Stegen. So I'll go 6.5 for the performance today. Jules Koundé, I think he was very good on the ball. Easily could have had an assist for that cross to Rafinha that Rafinha just put wide. But on the goal, I think he was the one that crossed it in. It was a dangerous ball. Their goalkeeper kind of read it wrong, but it was a good cross from Koundé to put it into a dangerous area, and that's how the goal was created. So for Koundé, I'll give 7.5 for him. Kubarsi, I think he was great. Hopefully he does not have an injury because I think he maybe had one mistake in this game. And I just can't believe that Kubarsi is so good at 17 years old. So much composure on the ball. His defending, his tracking back is great. And in that high press, he still has to drop back so frequently, right? Because there are counters very often. Him and Inigo Martinez together, I'll give them both a 7. I think they were solid. Alejandro Balde, I'll go 7 as well. I think he did have a couple good moves going forward. And that pass to Marcusado in the first half was very good to split the defense. Or no, sorry, it was to Pablo Torre. That was very good. So Balde, I'll also give a 7 too. So the defense all around was pretty solid. And moving into the midfield, Eric Garcia, I'll maybe go 6.5. I think he did look, as I said, solid defensively. He made it difficult for Getafe, and he broke their play up. But then for Barca, in possession, he's just not providing too much, which, again, is not his fault. He's being played in a position that he's not completely comfortable in. But then Marcusado, I'm going to give a 9 for that performance. I think he was great. Just everywhere on the pitch, winning the ball back, and composure on the ball. He had that very good run where he took on 3 Getafe defenders as well and just completely split them, ran through the middle of them, very good. Pablo Torre, I'll just give a 6. I think he was very quiet. Rafinha, I think I'll also give a 6. I think he did have a couple opportunities, and he was working very hard. He was tracking back well, but I think he was pretty wasteful with his opportunities going forward, and I think he knew it too. I still think Rafinha is great, and he's had a very good start to the season, but a bit of an off game for him, I would say. Lamine Yamal as well, creating chances a ton, but for his standards, maybe not as composed of a game, which is crazy to say, but I mean, he still had a good performance. I'll still go maybe 7 for him, but by his standards, I think he's usually doing a lot more, to be completely honest, but it's against Getafe. I'm not trying to slander him again. And Lewandowski, because of the goal, I think he was just in the right place, right time, and that's who you want in that position in the box. Also, he had a great finish. It was offside, but it was a great finish anyways. And that goal, it decided the game, so I'm going to give him an 8, and I thought that was a very good performance from him. Just overall, I mean, he was getting fouled a ton. That's what happens when you play Getafe and your back's to their defenders. They're always going to leave an elbow in on you. And before I forget, I want to talk about that referee because he was basically letting Getafe play like that. And honestly, for Getafe standards, I don't even think that was that ratty of a game. But they just make it so difficult to break through their team when they're always fouling. They're always stopping the play. They're just giving you an extra kick when the ball's gone or an extra shove. It's difficult and it's frustrating to watch, to be honest. And I just think it's on the referee in La Liga to put a stop to that. If they would like. If that's how they think the game should be played, then I guess let them do that. But you should stop that by handing out yellow cards because, I mean, it took until the 70th minute against Getafe to give out a yellow card. That doesn't seem right. So the referee, I mean, I don't think he had the best performance today. I think there were some calls that were, I don't know. But I don't really want to complain too much about the referees in La Liga because you could probably say something every game. And I feel like, I'm sure every team in other leagues feel like their referees are bad. But yeah, well, I think the referee also helped Getafe by not booking them every single time because they continued to make fouls like that. And it just went in a cycle. And then if you're not going to get booked, they're going to say, well, I'm going to do it again. If my teammate didn't get booked, I'm going to go do the exact same thing. And that's what happened. But Barcelona, they still powered through. They still found a way to get 3 points. And, in that 7-0 game that Barca played, it was so beautiful to watch, right? Today, it wasn't as similar to that game, right? But they got 3 points in both games. They still got the same amount of points in both of those performances. So that's the most important thing in these difficult games is to grind out a result, and I'm very impressed with the way that Barcelona did that. And in other news, it does seem like Szczęsny is going to sign for Barcelona in the next couple days, and I think that's big for Barca. I think that's probably the best option on the market. He's a free agent. He can come in immediately. Not sure if he would be the first or second choice keeper, but I'm fine with that. You need to bring in another keeper, and you want it to be a free agent. I don't think his salary is going to be crazy, and who knows? He might end up becoming the first choice goalkeeper, depending on how things go with Inaki Peña, but it's just good to have another option. And Szczęsny, he's going to bring a ton of experience at Juventus, at Arsenal, with the Polish national team. He was great at the World Cup in 2022, as a lot of people pointed out, and so I think that's the right idea from Laporta, and I'm very impressed with how quick they were able to turn this over and make it happen because, I think some other times maybe Barca would have waited a while and put this signing off, but they said right away, we need to make another signing in a goalkeeper position. We've identified a few players, and we're going to sign them about 24 hours later. And I hope that's all true. Fabrizio basically confirmed it, so it does seem likely that Szczęsny is joining Barcelona, and in my opinion, I'm very happy with that signing. But as always, thank you very much for watching my video. And as I said, maybe not the most entertaining game, but it's Getafe. It's very difficult to play against them. I've probably said that a lot, but it's against a difficult team to play against. They don't like to be broken down very easily. They stay very compact and narrow. And Barca, with the amount of games that they've been playing, it's understandable that they don't drop a 10 out of 10 performance in this game. But as I said, sometimes it's not your day, right? Things aren't going your way. You're not able to score a second or third or fourth goal. Sometimes you're defending a 1-0 lead for a large majority of the game, and that's what Barca did, and they made it happen. These are games that get you into a title race, right? These are games that help you win trophies, because you don't play your best, things aren't exactly going your way, it's against a difficult opponent, but you find a way to get 3 points, and that's the most important thing. So Barca, what a result in my opinion. The performance, hopefully you will see maybe a more exciting game in the next couple games for Barca, but I understand because Pedri was rested, and it was nice to see Barca in the end just get 3 points. So as always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. VISCA BARCA as always. See you all later. Peace.